You know, the whole video is filmed on f11 because, oh, that's tight, because I have no ND filter with me, and for some YouTube videos is it actually irrelevant to have shallow depth, field and etc. I want to gain knowledge, I want to share knowledge, and I want to speak with you, build a little camera community. That's important. Oh, that's too tight for doing dips. Usually I can do way more, but that's not the right. I'm just weak. I'm kidding. I am not so ultra into gym anymore like I was. The Lumix S1H is a great camera and I don't actually need a better camera. My clients are always 100% happy, but the second the Lumix S1H Mark II comes out, or maybe the S1H Mark IIX or something, I will buy it immediately. And I have some wishes for the new S1H Mark II that are maybe not the YouTuber type. I want 120 FPS in 4K uncropped. I want some other things. I want internal ND filters in a camera. Maybe ND filters that are electronically. That must be a solution to ND filters that is maybe in front of the sensor and small or something. I want in camera 32-bit float recording. I mean, look at the little Rode microphone I use right now here. It's so small I can fit in my pocket. The 90% of the space of this microphone is maybe only battery, and implement that in a little camera. That would be great. I have some other wishes. I'm a 100% freelancer filmmaker since almost 2 years now. I live from my camera work, and I have some wishes for the Lumix S1H Mark II. And I want a better app. I want a nice Lumix app that can synchronize cameras via Wi-Fi. I mean, we live in 2024. How hard can it be to have an app that can synchronize 2 or 3 or more cameras via Wi-Fi? You press once record and all 3 cameras you set up for your interviews recording the same thing. The same setting, the audio is synchronized and everything. That cannot be so hard. And I want better dynamic range in a camera. I don't need 8K 120 FPS or something. I want dynamic range from hell. That's a noticeable difference between the Lumix S1H and the Lumix S5. I recently read also in a forum in Reddit that some user is not so satisfied with the dynamic range of the S5 II Mark X, and he had the S1H, and this camera produces still a better image. It's also because the S1H is more the cinema line, it's Netflix approved and stuff, but I want dynamic range from hell. I want better color rendering. I want nice skin tones. That's what for me matters. And do we really need 8K soon? Are we this far that we notice 8K on a 120 centimeter screen or something? I don't think so. I want my camera, my Lumix S1H Mark II should have better sensor, better color rendering. I want better dynamic range in a camera. I want nice skin tones. That is what I want. I want 15.5 or 16 stops of dynamic range, usable dynamic range stops, and I want an image that just looks great. This is what I want in a camera. And also, would it be nice to have maybe 4 stops of different ISO values in your camera? I mean, we have dual gain ISO sensors with the natural ISO on 640, and then the next electrical circuit comes at 4000 ISO, which is basically another electrical circle. And I think that must be a way to have maybe 4 stops of natural ISO. I want a better image. Maybe when it's then 12-bit internally HD, that would be fine, because for some occasions HD is still ultra fine, even in 2024. I have a video online I shot 6K, and then I have the full HD clip in it, and nobody saw the full HD clip in a 6K video. Imagine that. That's crazy. And if you wonder why I have such a strange views on a new camera, because I actually work with my cameras. I'm not a YouTuber. I am a 100% freelancer since almost 2 years now. If you don't know me, my name is Paul, I'm from Berlin, and I have clients that are billion-dollar companies, and I actually make real money with my cameras. And there are some chickens. We are on the countryside in Germany, here in Brandenburg actually, and I want for my new Lumix S1H Mark II, I want this little shutter closing thing when I switch the lenses, like in some Sony cameras, that you have then a protection over the sensor. That would be great. And maybe would it also be cool to have some clever assistance for exposure. Exposure is sometimes tricky, and even a little bit false color in your display would be great. I know when you work on professional sets like me, then you have an external Atomos Shinobi monitor or recorder, whatever, that already has false color, but a lot of people don't have. And that would be cool to have, maybe. And I think you can judge then better the image if you do some years of work with the camera, because at first when you see the image, every camera produces a nice image. But after some years of working with cameras, I found out by myself that it's clearly not the pixel rate that makes a great image, it's the color rendering, how the image looks in general, how the highlights roll off, and these things are much more important and appealing to the eye. And again, I don't need a new camera. My Lumix S1H gives me everything I want for my clients. More actually. No client ever asked me about, I want a 6K resolution video. It would actually be cool, but clients, big clients don't even ask if it's 4K, if it's full HD. That's nothing that the client asks. Cheap music video clients will ask, is this video in 8K, is it 6K or whatever? But believe me, big clients never care about this. But that's the thing that you want a new camera. I want a new camera, and I will purchase the new Lumix S1H Mark II when it comes out, because you have a new sensor to play with, you have a new camera to play with, you are proud that you can afford a new camera. Even when I ordered my Lumix S1H with the 70-200 f2.8 Pro lens, I purchased it together and the cage. That was an expensive gift for myself on Christmas. I cried a little bit because that was always my dream camera. Then I purchased my dream camera and I cried a little bit. That's me. I cry because I can afford my dream camera, and I will not cry when I purchase the Lumix S1H Mark II, because that's just another tool. Because cameras let us see the world through a different eye. I'm starting to get a little bit philosophical here, but that's it. That's it. Subscribe to my channel if you want. See you in the next video. Test, 1, 2, 3. Okay, was wollen wir noch? And what also be cool, and also some cool features could